Welcome guys, welcome back to another Pipe Leisure restoration project. We're going to be working on a Dunhill inner tube. This is, from what I understand, about 93 to 94 years old, so I'm going to have to be quite careful with it. Um, this pipe comes from Grateful Piper, Tyler, from Connecticut. Great guy, and I was very happy to take on this project for him. So it's actually, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, the stem is in really good shape. A little bit of chatter marks, a lot of oxidation, but that'll come right off, no problem. I might have to do a little bit of work on the rim. We got some nicks around the rim of the bowl, the top edge. See if I can pick them up. There's a few in here. I might be able to get them out with a little bit of heat. I'm going to try that first, and whatever I don't get out, like this in here, on the inside of the bowl, really nicked up in there. I'm probably not going to be able to do much with that, getting that out with heat. So I might have to take a little bit off the top surface and do a restain just on the rim. I'm not going to touch any of the stummel because the rest of the stummel is in great shape. I'm very happy with it. There's no big scratches, no big dents. Some beautiful contrast staining that Dunhill did. So I'm going to try to match that contrast staining on the rim itself. So I might have to get a little fancy with my staining, but it'll definitely be worth it for a Dunhill. I mean, the fit is perfect. I'm not going to have to play with that. Very happy with that. This is a nice little pipe. I'm really looking forward to starting this. Not much cake on the inside of the bowl. I'll give it a quick reaming just to clean it up. My lighting kind of stinks here. I got to do something with my lighting. But yeah, it should come out great. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a couple of videos in between or if I'm just going to do a before and after. I guess we'll see how I make out and see what I decide I'm going to do as I make this video. I'm going to kind of just wing it and play by ear. No big plans, you know. Alright guys, I'll let you know how I make out, and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Well guys, the heat worked somewhat, but not as effective as I thought it was going to. I have had better results with heat in the past. Maybe it's just this particular stummel. Maybe I'm not sure what kind of briar it is. Doesn't really say on here on the nomenclature. Just says Dunhill, London there, and on the other side it just says made in England, inner tube, and then there's a patent number, and then a 312. So yeah, pretty tough briar. I think they came out a little bit, but nevertheless, I'm gonna do a slight topping on the top just to get these little. Let's see if I can get a little pointer here. Just to see if I can get these little nicks off there. And I don't like this edge right here. All the surface stain is worn out in this one little area right in here, and just some light nicks around the edge. I do think they popped out a little bit, and this one in here I really don't like. So I'm gonna blend all that in. So this is just 320. I'll hit it with 320, then I'll go to 600, then 800, and then probably 1,000, and then 1,500. And what I'll do is I just lightly, this is a flat wooden surface, my workbench, nice and flat, and I'll just do a little figure 8. Being very, very careful. Already gaining some nice progress. So I'm just going to continue doing this until I get these little nicks out. I'm going to go through my stages of grit, and I'll let you know how I make out. Alright guys, the topping's coming very, very nice. I'm very happy with it. I reamed out the bowl too while I was at it. Got that all nice and clean. I went through all my grits up to 1,000. I didn't hit it with 1,500 yet. As you can see, I got all those nicks out of the inside of the bowl. And now what I have a little issue. I have a very sharp edge right here. So what I have to do is, very carefully, this is just a piece of 1,000 grit. I'm ever so gently just gonna hit this edge and gradually work my way around. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's gonna take that sharp edge off, and that's actually gonna help me because I still have some light nicks that I couldn't get all the way out on the outside. But with this, I think I'll be able to blend them in a little bit more, and I think we'll be just about as good as we can get it. There's like a little nick right there. I'm gonna see if I can blend that in with the paper. Just being, like I said, being very, very careful not to scratch this finish because I'm not gonna touch this. So I'm gonna go around the bowl and just take this edge off, take my time, and I'll let you know how I make out. Coming along nice, guys. We blended that edge right in. Beautiful. Alright guys, we're getting set to do some staining. I got the top all prepped, ready for stain. I wiped it down with some 190 proof grain alcohol just to clean it and to help open up the pores of the briar a little bit. What I will do also is I will heat the stumble with a heat gun, and that will actually help open up the pores a little bit also. It really helps with the staining, I think. It really allows for a deeper penetration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a contrast staining to match all this beautiful contrast staining on the stumble. As you can see, we got some beautiful darker layers under there, and I want to replicate that on this Dunhill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stain the top with this black, let it dry, and then I'll sand it off, and hopefully that will darken up these softer grains that will allow for a better contrast when we add the red. Well, it's not going to be really red, it's going to be a mahogany that I'm going to use. That's going to go over the black. Actually, I did a small little sample on a test stummel that I have, just to see how close I can get the color. And I'm like almost spot on. This is basically the same kind of contrast I'm going to be doing on this. I just did it very quickly, but as you can see, I don't know if the light's going to hit it, but it's almost perfect. About the perfect shade. So I think I got that nailed down. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this contrast staining going, and I'll let you know how I make out.
Making love to you was never second best. I saw the world rushing all around your face, never really knowing it was always mesh and lace. I'll stop the world and melt with you. You've seen the difference and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world and melt with you. Dream of better lives, the kind which never hate. Trapped in a state of imaginary grace. I made a pilgrimage to save this human race. Now comprehending the race that long gone by. I'll stop the world and melt with you. You've seen the difference and it's getting better.
Okay guys, after the black, I sanded it off with 800 and then 1000. Beautiful contrast. As you can see, we darkened up them softer grains. And now we're going to go ahead and go over with the mahogany, and we should have it. Beautiful contrast staining. It's going to match perfect. All right, here we go. I just warmed the stummel up with my heat gun. Got it nice and warm. I'm going to go ahead and put the mahogany final finish on. See how it really sets in really quick after you warm it up. I'm not even gonna have to burn it off. It's soaking in that fast. It's what I want. Just gonna keep going over it. I think this is gonna be the perfect shade. You're not even gonna be able to tell. It's what you want with a Dunhill. You don't want to screw around. It has to be perfect. At least out of my shop, it has to be perfect. It doesn't leave unless it's perfect. Just gonna keep going around. Let that dye soak in. And we'll be ready for the buffing wheels. Alright, while the stummel is drying, we're going to let that sit overnight. I've already started removing some of this oxidation from this stem. Just a little strip of 800 right now, wet. works really, really nice for me. Just takes time. And a little bit of elbow grease. See the oxidation coming off nice. This button's in really great shape. I'm not gonna have to do anything with that. Thank God. Well, after doing a little bit of sanding, I noticed some teeth marks in the button. Just lightly gonna file those out. There she is, all finished up, ready to go out. Came out really nice. The rim came out really sweet, just like brand new again. I did struggle a little bit with the shading, getting the color just right. I had to actually do a little mixture of dark red and mahogany. I had to play with the mix a little bit until I got it just right. And now, as you can tell, you can't even tell the difference. There's no difference between the top of the rim and the rest of the bowl. Nice fresh coat of carnauba wax. I buffed it on, and then what I do is I heat up the stummel with a heat gun, and what it does is it melts the wax right onto the briar, and then I let it dry, and then I hit it on the buffing wheel real quick just to kind of smoothen it off and kind of give it that really glassy, smooth, clean finish. So it came out really sweet. Tyler's gonna be very, very happy with this Dunhill. So I thank you guys once again for joining me on this little Dunhill project. Until next time, until the next restoration project, we'll catch up with you. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.